He got his huge hand and he put it, and I died.
I've been thinking about the good times. I've been sleeping through the long nights. I've been shining in the sunlight. I've been thinking how I'm all.
Hi everybody, welcome back to my vlog. Today we're gonna be having a story time, and the story time is about how I met my baby girl, my labor and delivery story. So please make sure that you like, share, and subscribe, and let's get into it. Okay, so respect to everybody that's had a kid, be it through C-section or vaginal birth. Both are just guys, it's rough. But yeah, the day that I was giving birth, I actually didn't know that I was in labor, and I really thank God that I had a pelvic exam on that day. So her dad came to pick me up for the pelvic exam, and he was late, and I was so upset. I remember I was so upset, but I was trying to keep it cool, and I don't even know if he noticed that I was upset, but I really was. I don't like being late. I really don't like being late. So yeah, we drove over to the hospital, and the pelvic exam itself was terrible. I had, what's up with this fly? I had this huge male personnel doctor person with this huge hand. Traumatizing, actually. He had this huge hand, and he had to put his hand inside to feel for whatever it is that he was feeling. So he got his huge hand and he put it, and I died.
Blood of Jesus, blood of Jesus.
I died. I was gone. I scrumped. It was not good. I didn't like it. But then he quickly took it out, and then he asked me, he said, "Are you in any pain?" And I said, "No, I'm not in any pain." And then he asked me, like, "Are you sure? Do you have any discomfort anywhere?" I said no. And then he said, "Well, you're already in labor because you're 2 centimeters dilated." I said, "What?" So he then said to me, "Go home and come back at 7 p.m. or when you feel like you can feel pain, you should come back." So I said, "Okay, all right, I'll come back with my bags and everything." And I left. Now, walking out of, because I gave birth at Sikanze Hospital. If anybody has given birth there, they know how close the labor ward is to the
I'm finding it.
Okay, how close it is to the reception. English has left me today, but yeah, how close it is to the reception. So people knew, or people could hear me when I was like screaming. It was so embarrassing, but I came out and I walked out like a G. I had to make sure people were like, I had to keep people guessing. Was it her? Confuse the enemy. Was it her? Was it not her? And that's what I did. And so that's what I did. I walked out like a G, and I just like tapped Abby's dad on the shoulder. I said, "Hey, let's go." And then he walks me out. We've never had the conversation about how I was screaming. Maybe we did, and I've just forgotten because walked out. And then I said to him, "I'm supposed to come back at 7 p.m. because I'm already in labor." And he was just like, "What?" He was visibly stressed. It wasn't a lie, it wasn't anything. Like, you could tell the guy was stressed. And yeah, so I was so excited, by the way. I was so excited. I had a whole list of everybody I was going to call when I'm in labor, and I called everybody, told them about it. And I remember calling my mom, and my mom was like, okay, what do you need? And I said, we're coming to pick you up from work. I'm not doing this by myself. I need you, and I'm coming to pick you up from work. What else do you want me to do? You're my mom. You have to help me. I've never done this before. And she was like, okay, come pick me up from work. And each person I'd be calling would be asking me like, but why do you sound okay? You don't sound like you're in pain. And I was like, I don't feel anything. I've just been told that I'm, but I don't feel anything. So this was at like 2 p.m. when we left the hospital. So we're driving around. We went back home to pick up my hospital bag, and I remember my grandma being like, yeah, I noticed something funny about you, and that's something weird. And I didn't even see it that way, because in my own opinion, I thought I was fine. I was taking pictures that I'll show you guys here. I was taking pictures in that moment, and my belly was really small as well. Not really small like in a bad way, but like the only time my belly started to like really show was when I was like 6 or 7 months. Yeah, that's when it really started to show. But yeah, I got my bags. Why did I say it like that? Got my bags, started off to go to his house, because that's where we were going to wait from. But before that, we had to go pick up my mom. So we went and picked her up, and she was also looking at me like, how's this girl okay? Yeah, we went back over to his house, and I remember even asking for like a comb from his cousin, because I really like, I had my hair like this and I really wanted to braid it, because I had read like about how people pull out their hair and I wasn't going to be the one. I said, it's not going to be me. I braided my hair in the living room. I was walking around, and like everybody was just like, you're not in pain. It's like, no. And then around 5 to 6 p.m. I was, my mom encouraged me to go and take a bath. At this point, I had started to feel something. It wasn't pain, it was just like discomfort. I wasn't comfortable, in any position that I would be in. So I went to the bathroom, got the water, and I asked my mom if she could wait for me while I shower. And my mom was really shy. So even when I asked her to do this, she was like, wait, just get like bath on your own. Why do you want me there? And I was just like, come on, man, come here. What do you mean? So yeah, she came in, and she was there, and she was helping, like, well, watching me, and we were just chatting. And then she noticed something, because I had started to now do my breathing exercises, just because I had been watching these things for 9 months. Of course, it was in my head that when you feel something like this is what you do. And so while taking a bath, I would pause and I'll just start breathing. I'm fine. And then when I did it about 3 times, she was like, are you sure you're okay? I was like, I don't know, I feel something. Like, because at that point, that was like at 6:30 now. At that point, I had started to like really feel like, okay, maybe these are what they call contractions, because this is not good. This is not right. It doesn't feel nice. I don't like it. But it still wasn't painful. It was just like, it was pain I could handle, And yeah, so she asked me to come out of the bathtub and dry myself, and then she asked me to get a tissue and wipe myself down there so I could check if there was anything. So that's what I did, and there was, red stuff. It was blood. Why am I saying red stuff? I'm going to restrict this video anyway. So yeah, there was blood, and immediately she saw the blood, she told me to get dressed, you know, and go tell Abby's dad it's time to go. And at this point I had already known that this was going to be Abby in my stomach. I didn't know if I was having a boy or a girl, but I really did want a girl. I really wanted a girl, but I didn't want to check. The reason was because I didn't want to already know. I wanted the old-fashioned experience where, you know, you give birth and they lift up the baby and they say, "What is it?" and you're there saying, "It's a girl." That's what I wanted. And yeah, I got that experience. So yeah, we had already named her Abby before she was born. I think we named her when I was like 4 or 5 months pregnant, because he really liked that name. I wanted to name her Angel, I remember. And I had a couple other names. I think Sky was one of them as well. Angel or Sky, something in the heavenly places, you know what I mean? But he loved Abby because it meant father's joy, and yeah, it was just something that made him happy. So, you know, it's fine. I liked it as well. So yeah, went to him, and he's a doctor, by the way. So I went to him and then I said to him, "Hey, I think we need to go to the hospital." This man was so nonchalant about it. He even sat back in his chair like this and he said, "You haven't even felt anything. You are giving birth tomorrow. You just wait. You haven't felt anything. Relax. You're talking about going to the hospital. You haven't felt. You haven't felt anything." And I said to him, "Oh, but there's blood." The way he got up, it was funny. It was a funny scene. From, you know, there's nothing, to let's go. That was a scene to remember. Yeah, no, I found it so funny how he switched. But yeah, he rushed and we were out of the house. And now at this point, I was feeling it. Like, I was feeling it. And I'm not really sure if we had to go back to my mom's house. This part is a blur. But I think we went straight to the hospital. But like, the ride, the drive to the hospital, yeah. I had this man driving on 0. I'm not even joking, 0. And I was still yelling at him. And I was just like, I was irritated by everything. I was just like, the bumps in this road are irritating. Stop driving like that. And he's like, "I'm driving on 0. What do you mean?" And my mom is in the back seat. And whenever she tries to talk to me, I would yell. And then that's during the contractions. And when they stop, and now I just start apologizing to everybody. Like, "I'm so sorry. I didn't mean it like that." And then my mom would be there like, "No, my daughter, I understand." I miss her so much. Exceptional mom. Exceptional. Yeah, but drove to the hospital. Got there. It was raining. Lord. It was raining. And then it stopped, thankfully, when we got to the hospital. So now it was time to get out of the car, yeah? It was time to go and face people, yeah? People that don't know me, I became a G once again. I carried my buckets with the pain that I'm feeling. I walked in very straight-faced and I was like, "Hi, how are you guys? Yeah, this is the person in labor. It's paining. Yeah, it hurts. It hurts." What I didn't want is to look like a pussy in front of these people. To anybody watching my video today, parents included, like, I'm sorry for the language, but it's a labor and delivery video. if you didn't want to hear this stuff, then you shouldn't be here. Respectfully, of course. Yeah, but I didn't want to look like a wimp in front of these people who've been doing these things for years. I'm a first-time mom. Any birdie, anybody that has given birth in this country will tell you. I feel like the color has changed, but it's okay. Yeah, anybody that has given birth in this country will tell you they don't take it that easy on first-time moms. Yeah, because they feel like you are wasting their time. You know, they're telling you to do this, you're doing the next thing. So, but yeah, we got there, and then that was at like 7 p.m. when we got there, 7:20-ish. When we got there, I remember getting video calls from people that just wanted to see me. My auntie Salma video called me, and I hung up on her when I had a contraction because I didn't want her to see me. I remember running away from getting cannulated. The nurse came. She was such a beautiful and wonderful lady. She came with chima cannula. She was to put it in me. In my head, I was like, do you know how afraid I am of needles? Are you insane? Are you mad? Yeah, she didn't put that thing in me. I faked a contraction just so I shouldn't get it. And I was talking to my friend about it. She's a midwife. And she was like, no, they were still supposed to put it in you because what if something went wrong? And I was like, yeah, that could be true. But also, like, I feel like I was in really good shape. The only thing that hurt, or the only thing that I felt, was after each contraction I would feel very tired, like very tired. So I let her know about that. And guess who was checking my centimeters? Uncle Big Hand. Uncle Biggie was checking my centimeters. And then he checked right when we got to the hospital. He checked and he said it was 5 centimeters. And I told Abby's dad, and he was like, 5? How are you on 5? How? And I was like, I don't know. Yeah, so I was on 5, and then they broke my water for me. Uncle Biggie was not a good man that day. He was not a good man. They broke my water for me. I was in pain. It hurt. It hurt. Yeah, they broke my water for me, and now the pain I was feeling, I cannot describe it.
What be this?
I cannot describe it. I was in so much pain. Each contraction felt like it was from hell. And the midwife there allowed for my mom and Abby's dad to be in the room for a little bit of the time. Up until she saw that I was not progressing because they were around. So she let him be there, and he was holding my hand through contractions. She let my mom come, and she was holding my hand through contractions and just being really nice and really sweet. I was hot, and I was the only person delivering that day. So I was the only person suffering like this. I was hot. I was sweating. It was cold outside, but I was hot and sweating. And I remember I had a chitenge wrapped on me like this. Man, I took it off. I didn't care who was going to see me naked. I took it off. I was like, you know what? It's hot in this place. I'm going to walk around like this, the way the Father God made me. I was walking around like that. And I think at some point, I actually like lay on the floor just to feel the cold because I was so hot. And then the midwife came in and she was like, this pregnancy is going to make you a fool. Don't do that. I had this urge to like pee. And she took me to the bathroom, and they have like these toilets that have like a metal bar on the top. It's like the shape is like that. And you have to sit there so you don't, you know, end up taking your child out by pushing too hard. So I went there, I failed to pee, and then the peeing sensation was replaced by a pooping sensation, and I really wanted to poop. At this point, I go to the doctor. Uncle Biggie. Go to the doctor. And I'm like, I need to poop. I really need to poop. I'm in desperate need. And also, I feel like something is trying to fall down from underneath. Like something is falling. I need you to help me because I'm not going to manage this. Something is falling. And he was like, what do you mean? And this time, I begged him to check how many centimeters I was because I was feeling my daughter's head. I couldn't even walk straight. I could feel it. It was right there. And I was like, no, you need to check. And for me, who's not a fan of Uncle Biggie, he should have taken that as a sign that I'm serious. This man yelled at me, this is why I don't like first-time moms, you know? Don't like it. Just like to trouble and everything. Gonna and Babette checking it. Gonna. I was like, wow, okay. Did I strike a nerve? And then I lay on the little delivery bed they have, and I open my legs, and this man was even like, sister, whatever. Could you please bring me my scrubs? Could you please do this? Could you please do... Please, mama, when you feel like pushing, don't push. I was even there like, sir, I thought you said, you know? And this was at like 2030? 2040? 2030 something. 2030 something. And I got there at 7. So he was thinking that I was just lying. I was just being scared because I'm a first-time mom. Got dressed in everything that he needed to wear, and they asked me to lay on the side. So I lay on the side, and yeah, so I lay on the side, and I was told not to push. And then he came back, and then he told me to lay back nicely, and then he said, okay, try to push. So now all the stuff that I was reading about, all the stuff that I was learning, everything that my auntie was showing me, I started to like do. And I gave birth within 3 pushes because I don't know. I feel like it was God. I feel like it really was God, and I will explain why I feel that it was God's handwork on my life.
My dear, you see this man what they call God? Fear him. That man is wonderful.
Pushed the first time, didn't come out. I pushed the second time, and the head came out. And then I was told to stop pushing because I think he wanted to remove the umbilical cord from her neck. Maybe it was like on, I don't know. But then he asked me to push again, and I pushed, and she was out. And then they did the thing that I was hoping for. They lifted her up and they asked me, what is it? Happiest moment of my life. My baby was with me. I was looking at her and she was so cute. She weighed 2.7 kg. Yeah, I was just so happy. And then they had to take out the placenta. And then I was told to push once again. This time it wasn't hard, but it just, the sensation, the feeling, it wasn't nice. It was like I went back to that stuff. But yeah, it was time to take a bath. You know, I've read books where they say your first meal after delivery is the best ever. No, it's a lie. It's a lie. I didn't like it. What I liked was my first bath. The water was hot. It was hot. And my mom was there, omugwaling her baby, omugwaling her kid, her kasuli, her baby. Yeah, she gave me a nice massage, and when she was done, and I don't like being massaged. I hate massages. I don't like them at all. It just feels weird. Like, why are you touching me? You know? But when she gave me that massage, that was the best massage I had ever gotten in my life. And I was so happy about it. It's hot. So when she gave me that massage, I was really happy about it. It was so good. It was so refreshing. It was so nice. And then yeah, I went to the labor ward now because that's where the beds were. And since it was just me and my mom, you know, my mom had a bed to sleep on. I had a bed to sleep on. They let Abby sleep with me. Her dad got to see her. Her uncle also came, and our very good friend came as well. So those are the first 3 people to see Abby. You know, they all came just to support, just to be there. It was nice seeing them. You know, it was amazing to see them. I was so happy. Yeah. And then the next day we were out, and now here we are with Miss Abby. Hey. It was amazing. It was an amazing experience, a painful one, but worth it. Very worth it. I would definitely recommend. The joy that your kids bring you, I would never, I can't stress that never. I would never, ever choose anything over my daughter. I can't. I love her so much. I suffered in labor to bring her into this world. I suffered through pregnancy, because pregnancy ain't no joke. I was pregnant in October, September, October, November. Do you know how hot it is? Do you know how hot it is right now? I was pregnant in this heat. I can't like, she's so amazing. She's the best thing that has ever happened to me. I love her to death. Best gift ever. She's amazing, my chubby monkey. But yeah, that's what happened, and that's how it was, and it was amazing. Aww. We have come to the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. Please make sure that you like, you share, and you subscribe to my channel to have videos that come to you every Monday. Mwila Mondays. Turn on your notification bell so when I post you are notified. And yeah, I will see you next week on the next Mwila Monday. Love you guys. Mwah.